Okay, so 9,000 milliamp hours. 9,000. In a phone that is only 8.3 millimeters thin and weighs 215 grams. I know what you are thinking because I was thinking the exact same thing. How is that even possible? But Vivo just dropped the Y600 Turbo, and this thing is genuinely one of the most interesting mid-range phones I have come across in a long time, and trust me when I say the battery is just the beginning of the story here. If you are new here and you love honest, no-nonsense tech content just like this, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now and drop a like on this video. It seriously helps more than you know, and it lets me keep bringing you coverage on phones just like this one. So let me set the scene for you. We are in 2026 and the mid-range space has officially declared war on battery anxiety. The Vivo Y600 Turbo is part of that wave, and it is coming in swinging. This phone packs a 9,020 mAh silicon carbon lithium-ion battery inside a body that does not look or feel like a brick. That is genuinely impressive engineering, and Vivo is calling it their blue ocean battery technology, which they say retains over 80% of its original capacity even after 1,200 charge cycles. That is real-world longevity right there. Most people replace their phones before they ever hit that number, but the fact that Vivo is confident enough to market that figure tells you they are serious about this. Now let us talk about that display, because this is where things get really good. You are getting a 6.83-inch flat AMOLED panel with a resolution of 1260 by 2800 pixels. That works out to about 450 pixels per inch, which is sharp. Really sharp. The panel supports 120 Hz refresh rate, so scrolling is butter smooth, and it hits a peak brightness of 5000 nits, which is absolutely wild for this price range. You could be standing in direct sunlight and this screen will still be completely readable. It also comes with 4320 Hz high-frequency PWM dimming, which is a fancy way of saying your eyes are going to thank you during long sessions because the flicker that causes eye strain is essentially eliminated. This screen is genuinely flagship level in terms of visibility and eye comfort. Under the hood, you have got the Qualcomm Snapdragon 7's Gen 4 built on a 4nm process. This chip is clocked at up to 2.7 GHz, and it is paired with the Adreno 810 GPU. Now, this is not a flagship chip, and I want to be straight with you about that, but it is a very capable mid-range processor. Everyday tasks are going to feel completely smooth. Casual gaming is handled no problem. You are not going to be hitting the absolute ceiling on graphically intense titles, but for the majority of what most people do on their phones day to day, this chip is more than enough. You get up to 12 GB of LPDDR4X RAM and up to 512 GB of UFS 3.1 storage on the top variant. Plus, Vivo throws in an additional 12 GB of memory fusion, so you can essentially extend your usable RAM, which keeps things running efficiently when you have a lot of apps open at the same time. And hey, real quick, if you are still watching this far into the video and you are finding this breakdown actually useful, please hit that like button right now. It only takes a second, and it genuinely makes a huge difference in getting this content in front of more people who need to see it. Back to the phone. Let us talk build and durability, because this is another area where the Y600 Turbo kind of surprises you. It carries dual IP ratings of IP68 and IP69. That means it is rated for full water immersion up to 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, and it can also handle high-pressure water jets. That IP69 rating is not something you see on most mid-range phones, and it basically means this device can take a beating from water in pretty much any scenario you throw at it. On top of that, Vivo says it is drop-resistant up to 1.2 meters. The build uses a glass front with a plastic back and plastic frame, which keeps the weight reasonable and helps Vivo hit that slim profile while housing that massive battery. On the camera side, you have a dual rear setup led by a 50-megapixel main sensor with an f1.8 aperture and phase detection autofocus. It can shoot 4K video with Euro-based electronic image stabilization, which is solid. There is also an auxiliary depth lens. On the front, you get an 8-megapixel selfie camera capable of 1080p video, also with Euro EIS. Now, the cameras are honestly not the headline act here, and if photography is your #1 priority, this might not be the phone for you, but for everyday shots and social content, they are going to get the job done without any major complaints. Connectivity is well covered with Wi-Fi 6 dual band support, Bluetooth 5.2 with aptX HD and aptX Adaptive for great wireless audio quality, NFC for tap to pay, an infrared blaster which lets you control TVs and other appliances, full multiband GPS, and a USB Type-C port with OTG support. You also get stereo speakers, an under-display optical fingerprint sensor, And the phone runs Android 16 out of the box with Vivo's Origin OS 6 on top. Now about that battery charging. The 9020 mAh battery charges at 90 watts wired, which means even with that enormous capacity, you are not stuck waiting forever. Vivo has also built in reverse wire charging, so you can use this phone to charge other devices, which basically turns it into a portable power bank whenever you need one. Pricing starts at around €290 for the base config with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Sales kick off in China on May 27th, and global availability is still being watched closely. Here is my honest take. The Vivo Y600 Turbo is for the person who is absolutely done with battery anxiety. If you are someone who ends every single day scrambling for a charger or constantly keeping an eye on your battery percentage, then this phone was quite literally designed for you. The display is genuinely impressive for this price. The chip handles daily tasks smoothly. The durability story with dual IP ratings is great. And that battery combined with 90-watt fast charging is the real flex here. The camera setup is decent, but it is not the reason you buy this phone. You buy this phone because you want the freedom of never worrying about running out of juice again. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you are awesome. Seriously, go ahead and subscribe right now if you have not already, and hit that like button so this video reaches more people who are trying to figure out if the Y600 Turbo is worth it. I will see you in the next one.